Hey pals, how are you doing? I've had around 4 gender affirming surgeries, and with every single one I've had someone there to help me throughout my recovery. Recovering from surgery on your own is possible, but it's extremely difficult, and I know quite a few people who are planning to help their loved ones recover from surgery, so I thought I would do a video on how to support people going through surgery. If you're not used to looking after people who are in a really vulnerable position, it can be really overwhelming and scary to be in that position. So I have some tips on how to make things as smooth as possible, and hopefully they help. Also, if you prefer written content, I have a blog post with these tips on my website, and I'll put the link in the description. The first step is planning things before surgery happens and being as prepared as possible. So you want to make sure that you've got enough food in the house. You want instant meals or freezer food that you can put in the microwave, or ramen, things that you can use a kettle for, just ways to make your life as easy as possible if you can't afford getting takeout or having someone cook for you. You want to make sure that you've got all the post-op essentials, so you might want a long charger or pillows to help when you sleep, or post-op garments like compression vests or bandages. Because I was out of the country for 2 weeks, I had someone looking after Olive. Also, before I went, I made sure that I had a automatic feeder for her, so I didn't have to bend down when I got home. If you've got dogs, you want to make sure you've got care to walk them, and if you've got cats, you want to make sure that you've got someone to help with the litter, because you can't carry heavy things for a while. It's an idea to create a to-do list before you go, to make sure that you're on top of all the tasks. You'll want like a packing list for when you go to hospital, whether or not you're staying in the country or going abroad. It's always good to just know that you've not missed anything out. When you're the one having surgery, it can be daunting to ask people for help. So if you're in a position to help before surgery, try taking on some of the tasks without asking, or like suggest it before they have to. The second thing is to find out how your loved one wants to be supported, because everyone's needs are different. I really like it when people hold my hand when I'm waking up from surgery, or play with my hair when I'm feeling a bit vulnerable, or give me a back tickle when I'm sleepy. I quite like physical touch after surgery because I feel soothed and comforted, but I know that a lot of people would find that really overwhelming and like overstimulating. Some people want to be talked to constantly, some people want peace and quiet. Once you know how your loved one wants to be supported, then you can make changes. One really important thing is to avoid really personal questions or questioning if your loved one is having doubts. Being post-op is a really vulnerable position to be in, and when I had top surgery, which was my first surgery ever, I didn't know how I was going to react, but I felt really vulnerable and I was holding in tears because I didn't want anyone to think that I regretted surgery. So I thought that if I cried, then people would think I did and then feel bad, when really I had just gone through something traumatic and my body was recovering and I just wanted to cry. I've cried after every surgery I've had. It's just how I react, and that's fine. If you are caring for someone and they've just gone through major surgery and they've started to get upset, don't ask them if they regret it or if they're doubting their decisions, because one, it's too late, and two, it's just not helpful in that moment. I think it's important to remind them that it's okay to feel however they're feeling, and it's a really sensitive position to be in, vulnerable position, and mixed emotions are going to come up. If you want to ask how they're doing, just ask how they're doing, and if they want to talk about it. Some people might not want to, some people might really need to, but be waiting for you to ask. So just be open. The next thing is to help with medication timings. Do you need to come back in? Come on then. You're a silly sausage. That's my chair. Usually surgeons will give you medications to take. Olive, get off the tripod. There's a lot of things that you might need to remember after surgery, such as when you can take your dressings off, when you need to shower, when you need to take your medication. One thing that I found really difficult was to remember when I needed to take my meds. So having someone there to just remind me that I needed to take my pain relief, or remind me when I had to eat in order to take my meds half an hour after, and things like that, was really helpful. Jump. Having everything written down and also making alarms to set so that you know when to take them if your memory's not gonna help either. I have a surgery checklist on my website which is free to download. On the document there's a section for medication which might be helpful, so I'll put that in the description. The last thing is just to take initiative yourself. Like I've said so many times, it's a really vulnerable and sensitive time and emotions are heightened. I get really overstimulated if I can feel crumbs or dust or like dirty, and the fact that I couldn't shower was just another thing that piled onto that. So something that really helped me was having someone help tidy, and I really didn't want to be the person to ask if they could like clean up a little bit because they're already doing so much for me. I was aware that I would be asking for like additional support. If you feel able to, it's a good idea to just keep on top of tasks and chores that need doing. And if you don't feel able to, maybe reach out to other friends and family for support to do those things or to help out a bit. Just think about what your loved one might need before they need to ask for it. Again, if you want written advice, I have my blog post on my website, and a reminder that I've got that surgery checklist which is free. If you like these videos and want to help me make more, please consider becoming a patron. I have the platform because this channel is demonetized. Love it. Patreon is really helpful in supporting me with a regular income each month, and then I use that to cover my time and resources to make these videos. So if you want to check that out, I've got loads of content over there. I think I've got like 400 posts or something on there, so there's plenty of things to enjoy. I've got printable downloads, I've got activity books, the full download, I've got discounts to my shop and a monthly podcast which you can listen to, so definitely check it out. And you can join for as little as £1 a month, cancel at any time. It's great. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you're doing well. If you're having surgery or if anyone you know is having surgery soon, good luck. I hope it all goes smoothly and that recovery isn't too stressful. I really appreciate the support and I will see you soon. Bye!